Hi there, so welcome back to the channel. Last time we talked about how life in your 50s is a bit of an adventure. The knock-in, the knees, and the sudden obsession with weather apps, which, to be honest, I have 3 of them. But today I'm going to change things up a little bit because honestly, there are some amazing, brilliant, fabulous perks of us being in our 50s. I mean, some of them are hilarious, some of them are deep, and the one towards the end could completely change how you live your life. So let's talk about the real perks of hitting your 50s. Come on in. So, perk 1, you don't actually mind doing a video with your dog sitting on your lap. Is that a perk, or is that just me being the soppy old git? So, perk 1, you finally actually know who you are. You spend your 20s trying to figure things out. You spend your 30s thinking you've figured things out. And in your 40s, I think that's a bit of a warm-up act for when you hit your 50s. Hannah, boat! Boat! But your 50s, you finally know who you are. And if anybody doesn't like it, that's their problem. You're not chasing approval. You're not trying to be somebody else. You've pretty much settled into yourself like an old hoodie. You're warm, you're comfortable, and you're pretty reliable. Perk 2 is the Olympic skill of not caring. Because to be honest, that skill we've learned of, and to be honest, I can say this because the chances are if you're watching this, you're over 50. The Olympic skill of actually not giving a fuck is a skill which has been learned over many years. And you don't really mind people knowing that. You stop caring about impressing strangers. You don't care about the latest trends. And you don't really care if your socks don't match. I mean, I've got limited energy nowadays. I'm not going to waste that on nonsense. Drama? No. I'm too worried about protecting my peace and my blood pressure. And then comfort. Comfort's our new religion. I think there should be churches dedicated to comfort, with men over 50 being the high priests. And clothes, soft, stretchy, and 100% weather appropriate. I'm not dressing to impress. I'm dressing to be practical, to be comfort and survival. And chairs. I've got mine. I've got my throne. I've got my command centre. And if someone sits in it, that's not just a chair. That is my legally protected area. We've lived through enough chaos through our lives to learn to stay calm. I mean, I even had a breakdown, but that's a video for another time. But I now know what matters and what is wasted energy. If the roof leaks, I'll handle it. Grandkids arguing, one eyebrow up, silence. And if someone cuts me up in traffic, I don't get angry. I just mutter something like, yeah, I used to be that dickhead once. And I think we've all learnt that one question. Will it matter tomorrow? And I bet the answer's no. And you appreciate the small wins. In your 20s, a good day is staying out till 2 a.m. in the morning. In your 50s, it's waking up in the morning and realising that you just have peace. For me, it's waking up in the morning and getting my dogs out for a walk and enjoying that peace. I have to check my 3 weather apps first to make sure I'm wearing the appropriate clothes, which normally involves walking boots or welly boots. And then finding a parking space near the entrance of the supermarket, or your favourite beer being on a special offer. And then you finish your job and you think, I'll have a coffee now, I deserve that. The small wins hit home more now. More so than any of the big ones, which I'd done in my 20s. I think I've learned to appreciate the small wins. And honestly, they bring me so much more joy. And even after all that, what we've talked about, we still haven't hit the best perk yet. The Silver Fox Glow Up. Let's talk about that. The distinguished look. Some men age like milk, but a lot of men in their 50s, we age like a fine whiskey, or in my case, a cheap beer. The hair goes silver, the beard gets a little bit more distinguished, and I think we stop trying so hard. And to be honest, I think that's more of the trick. So we're officially in the Silver Fox League. We don't try hard, and somehow that works. Oh, so I'm out with Honey now on a walk. It's a little bit blowy, so hopefully you can hear me clear enough. So we're on to the next perk. Your priorities shift, but in a good way. You no longer really worry about stuff. You worry more about moments. A good conversation. A good walk like what I'm having now. A night in instead of a night out. And someone's laugh. And taking time out with people who really matter. And you stop chasing everything. And you start appreciating everything. And then we move on. We've gained enough wisdom, which now we become useful. In your 50s, people actually want your advice, even if they pretend they don't. We've lived through enough mistakes, those wins, those losses, the successes, the heartbreaks, and the questionable hairstyles. I won't mention my perm I had before my 18th birthday. That was really embarrassing. We're basically a walking audiobook of life hacks. A mentor which nobody actually asked for, but everybody seems to appreciate. And we're getting towards the end now. I think one of the ones which I think makes our lives more calmer is we don't compete anymore. The rat race. I've retired from that emotionally. Well, I like to think so. I don't need to be the fastest, the richest, or the loudest anymore. I just want to be happy. Happy and content with my lot. I've chosen peace over ego and comfort over competition. And that, my friends, that is real freedom. And if you can choose that, then you choose freedom yourselves. And we reach the prime time era. Yes, your 50s come with a few squeaks and a few groans and a few physio appointments, but they also come with clarity, calmness, confidence, and more perspective. You're not old. You're not seasoned. You are refined. And you're in your prime. You just need to realise that, which isn't actually that easy. So, drop a comment below. Let me know what your favourite perk of being in your 50s is. And if you enjoyed this video, which I hope you did, hit like and subscribe and join the Silver Fox era, my friends. And I'll catch you again on the next video. And as per, I'm going to continue my walk with Honey. See you all again.